we have discussed about the different ratios, like your carbon to oxygen deficiency ratio, and the different type of Graham's ratios to know the fire in the coal mines. Also, we have discussed about the Young's ratio. So this Young's ratio is nothing but carbon dioxide by oxygen deficiency ratio. This also we have discussed, and Willet's ratio also we have discussed, which is nothing but the carbon monoxide produced divided by black dam plus combustible gas percentage. So this ratio is called your Willet's ratio. This also, then we have also discussed about the Jones and the ratio, which is nothing but carbon dioxide plus 0.75 carbon monoxide minus 0.25 hydrogen divided by used to detect the spontaneous combustion of coal. So if this JTR ratio is less than JTR value is around 0.85 plus or minus 0.18, it indicates coal dust explosion. So what type of explosion, whether it is a methane explosion or coal dust explosion, can be known from this JTR, Jones and Trickett. So these of these ratios. Then another type of ratio is there, which is called your oxides of carbon ratio. Oxides of carbon ratio. The oxides of carbon ratio, like your carbon monoxide divided by carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide, the ratio of POC, products of these are the different type of ratios we have discussed in the last. And today we are going to discuss about this C by H ratio. C by H ratio. So what is C by H ratio? C is nothing but your carbon. C is carbon and H is hydrogen. So this carbon by hydrogen ratio is called C by H ratio. So this C by H ratio of the mine gases was invented by Professor Bose and Professor Banerjee in the year 1967 for assessing the intensity of fire in the coal mines, along with oxygen consumption values that indicate extensity character of it. So they argued that in case of burning of fuel, if you are burning the fuel, mainly compound of carbon and hydrogen, the part of it at low temperature, the hydrogen part may burn complete, but the hydrogen part may burn completely, uh, but there would be a lot of unburned carbon deposits as soot. So in case of rapid burning of methane, the C by H ratio calculated from the product gases is always less than 3, which is the maximum value for complete combustion of methane. So likewise, the maximum attainable carbon divided by hydrogen value for the complete burning of bituminous coal lies between 16 to 20, depending on the type of coal. So this is called your C by H ratio. C is carbon, H is your hydrogen. So this ratio is called C by H ratio. So if the C by H ratio is less than 3, then it indicates the maximum value for complete combustion of methane. So higher C by H values indicate burning of the cellulose bodies like a timber, etc., having C by H values, while lower values indicate partial burning of coal. So thus, the degree or intensity of burning of coal may be from the value of C by H ratio of the product gas obtained after the coal mine fire. After spontaneous combustion of coal, the coal will burn and like your gases which are produced will be uh, calculating the difference. But today we are going to discuss prevention of spontaneous combustion. How to prevent the spontaneous combustion. Prevention. So it is a well over that. So how to prevent spontaneous combustion of coal? How to prevent the spontaneous combustion of coal? So prevention of spontaneous combustion, prevention of spontaneous is based on two factors. How to prevent spontaneous combustion of coal? So in the mines area, from where mining is already done, you should take out all the coal from that area. So if you eliminate the coal, so there will be similarly control of to dilute. So you have control, you have to prevent the spontaneous combustion by controlling the ventilating pressure, ventilation in the mines. How to control the ventilation? To exclude oxygen entirely from the air. Firstly, you because oxygen is the main cause of spontaneous combustion. So, along with coal, if oxygen is coming in contact with it, so there will be spontaneous combustion of coal. So, it is better to remove the oxygen completely or to supply sufficient flow of air. Otherwise, the other way is to supply sufficient flow of air to dissipate the heat efficiently as it is generated. And before this is the two ways: prevention of spontaneous combustion of coal. Prevention of spontaneous combustion by two means. One is by elimination of coal from the area and controlling the ventilation system in the mines. So the purpose of ventilation is to exclude oxygen entirely from the area. Don't means this oxygen is the prime force for the spontaneous combustion of coal. So by ventilation, remove the oxygen from the area or to supply a sufficient flow of air to the mining area to dissipate the heat efficiently. And before a critical temperature is reached. So this oxygen in which area you can remove oxygen entirely? The GOF area where no person is working. In the GOF area, nobody is working in the GOF area. Otherwise, if coal is lying in the GOF area, so it will catch. So these are the two means by the help of you can prevent the spontaneous combustion of spontaneous combustion uh, which can be adopted to prevent and control spontaneous combustion, which are given below. There are there are there are many and several methods are there. Several strategies are there which can be adopted to prevent and control spontaneous combustion in the coal mines. One is by mining layout. So proper mine layout design, proper mine layout design, proper mine layout design is very important for the prevention of the spontaneous heating of coal. Then you have to design of general mine layout. Design of general mine layout should be simple so that each area can be quickly and effectively sealed off at short notice without affecting production in other. Then panel work apply. Then the panels must be laid as to minimize severe crushing of the coal during the extraction of coal. Then you should have the size should be based on the incubation period of and the rate of extraction. The size of the panel should be based on the basis of the incubation period of the coal. You know that the incubation period is the period during which at what rate mining is carried out, rate of extraction. Uh, so these are the means to help us with longwall mining. In case of longwall mining, face lengths smaller than 6 to 65 meters should not be made to ensure good closure and compaction of the coal. compaction of then coal mining the coal.
So your voice is not
Probability
audible, sir.
of spontaneous can be used by minimum tape or okay. The uh, uh, the coal should be one as completely as practicable. Especially in a disturbed zone, fixing strongly there fragmented from the face and good housekeeping should be practiced.
Sir, your voice
In
is
the
not audible, sir.
a high rate of extraction due to the urban or retreat of a
Not
coal
audible.
face should never be interrupted. And if any local fall, if any local fall of a roof or fault is an immediate steps should be taken to get over the or reduce its effect on the face urban. It is essential to follow descending order of extraction when mining multiple sections. Suppose you are mining, then it is better to go for descending order when uh, in case should be completed without delay and the panel adequately adequately sealed off as then your ventilation and air leakage should not. So you should adapt the ventilating door and stoppings so that there will be no air leakage. The air should not be leaked out or should not be allowed to go to the points which should be conserved ventilation and leakage control to prevent spontaneous heating are as follows. The layout of the ventilation network should be designed to minimize pressure differentials between adjoining airways and across caved areas. Cramped resistances, cramped resistances in the surrounding ventilation network should be kept as low as practicable by means of larger cross sections or by driving parallel entry. Furthermore, obstruction in those airways should be avoided. All active mine working and roadways in coal should be adequately ventilated and unused roadways should be sealed up. Ventilation pressure should not be unduly high so that air leakage to crossed pillars or defective stopping or shields of sealed up areas does not take place. And your ventilation doors, ventilation stopping, ventilation regulators should be properly sited. Unnecessary stopping and should be short circuiting of as well as its uncontrolled circulation must be so as far as practicable. The formation of leakage paths should be minimized. And good gate side pack. If this is not sufficient, to prevent air leakage, leakage paths should be sealed off by sealant coating. So this to seal area to crack particular panel and it's a balance. So and in user can be ambient temperature. Stockpiles should be proper reduce air movement to then your shot can actually last during each working. So during inspection, attention should be paid to the presence of and means of eliminating fire risk arising from spontaneous combustion of coal and other causes. On ideal days, on Sundays and holidays, which actually you have to prevent the spontaneous combustion of Hello. So we have about the spontaneous combustion of coal. So now we'll now we'll go to the mine inundation. Mine inundation. So this are you able to see the screen? Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, sir, we can see that.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Hello. Mine
Hello.
inundation. Mine inundation. Okay, now it is visible. So I had given one assignment to you on mine inundation. So this water danger due to sudden inrush of water in your mines. So this mine inundation it is mining in the vicinity of large bodies of a worked out coal seam or abundant water is always fraught with the danger of inundation. Danger of inundation. So these are the mine inundation in some mines. So this what is inundation? It is nothing but the seepage seepage of water can cause constant difficulties in underground mining operations and can create a range of stability, safety, and operational problems. Thus, handling, pumping, treatment, and disposal of mine water is a much larger problem than can be appreciated by a casual observer. The possibility of sudden inundation in many underground mines,
Nothing is audible, sir.
traditional mining countries abandon hundred mining underlying to prevent reoccurrence of events. If you go for classification of mine classification of mine inundation, mine into event control or mine induced inundation by list. The third is a natural phenomenon. you. So what is accidental? Inundation. What is event control? Inundation. Is if provisions, statutory provisions to mine on days in the coal mines regulation, in the metal mines, the statutory provision control mine inundation. So mining legislation is designed to prevent mine inundation. So the introduction of the provision of mine plans to be submitted and the appointment of a qualified surveyor, introduction of the responsibility of the mine surveyor to show on the mine plan information and loss of water or which can flow after becoming wet and requiring the manager to take appropriate action. Introduction exploratory boreholes on the mine plan and the provision all exploratory boreholes to be interconnects and different equipment and communicate on water plans. Update the mine. Most countries control mine water near this. But these are accurate and with means of water and drain water when current active working is approaching the stipulated distance 50 meters from the pole. Underground water working surface body surface liquid with the mine of an inundated